Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to CC, your favorite esports weekly show, where I talk about everything in your favorite esport going on in the week. First off, Call of Duty. Now, we got a lot of stuff going on. We had Major 2 and just a few weeks ago, and now we've got Major 3 kicking off this weekend. But aside from the matches, we had some drama going on outside of the matches. First off, we've got 2 new maps. We've got Vista and 6 Star coming in for Hardpoint. We had some MCW nerfs along with a couple of rival nerfs, but the meta seems to be still pretty much the same, more or less. And then a couple of roster changes, a few of the mid to bottom tier teams making a few changes. First off, we have Rokkr, Awakening and Vivid getting benched for Standy and Gunless. Finally, Gunless is getting his opportunity again in the league. He was one of the players that a lot of people were saying he deserves his spot in the league, or at least another chance, because he's been frying in challengers. He had a little bit of beef with Beans on Twitter just a year ago, where Gunless called it himself that he'll be back in the league. He'll smoke Beans. So we're going to see Rokkr versus Boston Breach in this split. So that's going to be really exciting. But the juicy stuff is there are reports that CDL players are getting their accounts banned for using what people are calling hack to get in-game camos for their accounts, which is an insane sentence to say. Now, I don't think we have any confirmed names, but, you know, Scrappy was calling out Abuza, and they were saying 90% of the league is using these hacks or exploits, whatever you want to call them, to get skins on their CDL accounts. The community was pretty much just debating on, you know, should you use these sort of hacks for cosmetics in the game, even though they're not actual cheats. Other people are like, well, if it's the same thing as a hack, then, you know, you're guilty as a normal hacker would be, like Jimbo. So yeah, there's really no reason why you're a CDL player and you're not either buying the skins or just not using the skins. Because look, I understand you play the game day in and day out, 24/7. You're going to want the skins. You're going to want what's cool. But, bro, it's your career, and I know these guys are making an insane amount of money, like most of these guys are. Just buy the skins that you want, man. But yesterday, we had our first matches of Major 3 qualifiers. An absolute DoorDash of a day. We had FaZe 3-0 Rokkr up first. Obviously, Standy and Gunless weren't going to be able to make much of a wave in their first game back. I'm sure they've only been scrimming for a couple of weeks, so they've got a little bit more time to iron things out before Major 3. And then we had the Las Vegas Legion go up against LAG. Both teams remain intact from Major 2. But Vegas, man, they're looking good, and LAG is just horrible online. They're horrible online. They gotta figure that out. They gotta figure it out fast because they're low on the leaderboard. Speaking of the leaderboard, let's pull it up. Not a whole lot has changed. FaZe got a few more points after beating Rokkr. And then Vegas joins Rokkr tied for 5th, 6th place, so at 100 CDL points. So we'll see how things shake out on this coming Saturday of matches. I'm excited to see how Boston Breach go up against the Miami Heretics. What should happen is Boston Breach smoke Miami because they've been looking horrible. Eric Boom went back down to challengers, but we'll see. Maybe Miami will put up a fight now. Let me know what you think of these matches in the comments down below, and who you see taking Major 3. Over in Counter-Strike, right after we had the CS2 PGL Copenhagen Major 1, just shortly after, we've got IEM Chengdu, if I'm saying that correctly, Chengdu. Over in China, apparently the crowd's been amazing, and we've got the top 4 facing it off this weekend. And by the time this goes up, the semifinals will already have been gone through. It's starting at 3 a.m. Eastern time since the tournament's over in China. 6 a.m. for the second match, FaZe versus Strawless, and then we got MOUZ versus G2. Now, these are some of the teams that we've seen in many finals in CS2 already. MOUZ has won a couple. G2 has been on top of their game. Astralis hasn't been as successful in CS2 as other teams. They've got a couple of first and B tier tournaments, but all the S tiers, they're top 6, top 8, 4th, and now this is their chance to actually get into the grand finals for the first time in CS2 at an S tier event. I'm going to put up a couple plays from the semifinal matches. Check them out.
Do you want to say something to G2? to see something to MOUZ? Oh yeah! Come on! Gentlemen, shake hands and the game begin!
Now Exertion chases down Nico and Monacy's got to do it alone. First kill connects. There's still a lot more left to do for Monacy. Agile on the AWP and quick with it. Now just Brolin. Clash of the Titans here. It's Brolin dead! Monacy rising to the occasion.
Distance here in Chengdu.
Oh, mid-air for Jimpa. And the first kill on their way to those grand finals.
Against all odds, and they're gonna do it to go to those grand finals.
They're finally about to get their flowers. There are two players standing in their way. HooXi left in the sight alone, and MOUZ, they've gotten over those nerves. They embrace the big stage. They're looking to do good on a months-long promise. Get revenge for Copenhagen and show the growth of this roster. MOUZ, uncharted waters now as they move on to the grand finals. And
You ready?
yeah, let's go.
Kerrigan, are you ready? Yeah! Come on! Shake hands and the game begins!
Slow and steady is Kerrigan.
He's down after one. It's Stown standing his ground. Could go down. Last bullet. Stunning work from Stown. And Kerrigan, the last man, he was the first one to receive, and now he can come up clutch. Kerrigan coming up clutch in the third map of the semi-finals.
Found his energy today, didn't he?
The crowd kept level. Oh, audacious overstep. Stair will go down. Is this really how it ends? With his knife in his hands, Frozen catches him. Bro goes down, and FaZe flood into the A site. Yabi down, and FaZe take an 8th consecutive grand final.
By the way, I switched a few things up in my setup. I got the Elgato Wave DX, the Fallout Limited Edition. I got the Elgato key light, and I have it nice and orange to match my lamp over on the left side. This is sort of the nighttime setup, and then I'm going to sort of play around. We've got daylight coming in through my window on this side and see how I can sort of play off of that. But let me know what you think of the setup. I think it looks pretty dope. All right, that's going to be it for CC for this week. Nice, short, and easy. All the esports sort of had their little off seasons. Now we're going into the sort of split two for a lot of esports. I like how we've got this sort of schedule in esports where, you know, we've got it sort of divided in splits. Obviously, besides Counter-Strike. Counter-Strike's always just go, 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 but besides that, we've got these little splits where there's like a couple week break and then we're back into the action once again. So I think it's a really like healthy mix between busy and having a little bit of time off to recoup, make roster changes, see friends and family, hang out and be an actual human being outside of video games. But I appreciate you guys for watching, of course, as always. This has been your boy Shostin, and we'll see you guys in just a few days. Peace.